Hi, I'm Glenn Simpson, and I've collected comics for over 40 years, and I'm showing off my comic book collection one box at a time. Today, we're going to look at box number 66. We're going to finish up with The Flash and then do some one-shots, Flash-related stuff, some Flashpoint, and then eventually get into things like Foolkiller and Forceworks. So, thank you so much for being here. If you liked the video, hit like. If you want to know when new videos come out, hit subscribe. If you want to tell me what you think, I want you to comment. So thank you so much. If you want to know what's in between any of these issues in the packs that I have things grouped in, also comment about that. So anyway, let's get going with box number 66. Alright, picking up where we left off last time. I have 69. Barry Allen is the Flash, and he is going up against the return of the original Trickster, who was dead, but now he's not. Flash 69. 74. Got part of the year one storyline where during Barry's first year he fights the turtle and he actually winds up traveling through time and like teaming up with himself and all kinds of hijinks that are going on, time travel related there in the Flash year one storyline. Oh, that was it. Year one finale. So he, I guess, is getting his Flash act together and becoming the Flash that we know and love. There, 75. 80. Different storyline. Don't remember what's going on. But it's not looking good for the Flash there. 81. More of the rogues having their victory, I think. Isn't that the rogues? Got a couple of guns there and some cold stuff, and maybe not. I don't know. That's what it looks like. Like to me. '87. You don't understand the Speed Force. It's out of control. If it still looks out of focus, it's actually that way on the book. There. 88. Fighting Paradox. There. Forgotten about that. Anyway. And they've at some point at 750 they jumped back to legacy numbering, and so here we are at 752. There. $753. Apparently he was trying again to save his dadgum mother. I understand. Gee. 756. More rogue stuff. $757. Turtle hanging out with the rogues. You don't usually see him with the rest of the rogues. 760. Howard Porter cover. Flash looking kind of menacing there. $761. was the Reverse Flash all along. It's his fault. He did it. He made it happen. 767 got kind of a. Is this a variant cover? Yes. I somehow ended up with this spiffy variant cover right here. As we make our way into the Infinite Frontier period of DC. Not a revamp, just a vibe. Got Adams, Peterson. Oh, but Wally West. We've got Wally coming back as the Flash here in 768. 774. Definitely Wally. Wally covers up his nose. And of course he has a daughter. There. $775. There. Don't really remember what's going on. 780. Okay, so yeah, War for Earth 3. Kind of a big, medium-sized crossover. A few different series involving fighting the evil Justice League or Crime Syndicate from Earth 3. Right there. $781. Wally and Ace spending some quality time together. There. $784. We're getting into Dark Crisis. We're actually in Dark Crisis, and Wally is, or Barry or Wally or one is in this fantasy world, and we got to get him out. And 785. Our heroes take a run through the multiverse. So different Earths in the DC multiverse. 792, the 1 minute war. Aliens attack. The aliens have super speed, so the entire war takes place in a single minute, which relative to the speedsters is, normal speed. One minute war continues. Still fighting that 1 minute war. 796. Finishing up the 1 minute war. There. 797. Wally out with the kids. There. And we hit 800 with a celebration of Wally West and a complete phooey on Barry Allen. I'm just kidding. Oh, I forgot about the Teen Titans up there. Cool. Love me some Titans. Oh, and that was the end of that series. So then got Annual 1 from the Rebirth series. Wally trying to decide who he's going to be through issue 3, Annual 3. There, dealing with Suicide Squad. Got the year annuals numbered by number, by year. 2021 annual. There. And 2022. Aww. That brings us to the most recent series, The Dawn of DC. Cy Spurrier. I'm not a big fan. I'm just maybe it reads better if you read it all at once, but reading it month to month is just kind of hard to follow sometimes. But anyway, I got them. So issue 1 through issue 4. There. I don't have a lot to say about it because I can't remember. Couldn't even tell you what happened. Issue 5, there was these weird monsters, and then there was these other bugaboos, and there was these other things that said some stuff that didn't make any sense. And then, anyway, issue 5 through issue 12. Here. Issue 13. Issue 16. If we jump into the Warlords realm of Scartaris. And there he is, Warlord, looking kind of crazy though. Because you know what? It's not really him. Somebody else. I'm not going to tell you who. But it has something to do with the moon. And the moon passing in front of the sun. I'm just saying. But then we get into this crossover. And it's just 20. And then I think I have a couple of more recent issues. But they're not in the box yet. So, you know, stay tuned for a future update of some sort that gets us caught up. This series has had one annual, 2024. There. Now we get to the one shots and the mini series. We've got Flash and Green Lantern, The Brave and the Bold. Another title using The Brave and the Bold as a part of its title. Usually that's the Batman title, but it can still apply here as well. Just some early adventures of Hal Jordan and Barry Allen, written by Mark Waid. And that runs through issue 6 with a fight with Star Sapphire. Got really just right up on like a part of what we that last series. We have the Bad Moon Rising special with the history of the Shade, the Starman character, classic Flash villain. Then over in the Starman series, he was kind of a anti-hero, and this gives a lot of information on his background. Flash 80-page giant, just lots of little short anthology stories from the Flash family. Issue 1, issue 2, there. I should keep it blurry to save us all from it, but flash forward. Coming out of the dreadful Heroes in Crisis, Wally gets his life, tries to get his life back together again, and ends up with a ton of power from from Metron's chair or something like that. But gets his act back together. From the New 52, here we have the hologram with Kid Flash and regular Flash. There. So there were this series, and it was called Faster Friends, and I made the tough call. So technically, this part 1 is Green Lantern Flash Faster Friends, and part 2 is Flash Green Lantern Faster Friends. So here we just have part 2. When we get to Green Lantern, we will see part 1, but it's got some team ups of the new guys and the old guys right there. Let's see, another part of that 1 Minute War. There was a one shot of that there. The big Our Worlds at War crossover. They had lots of books back in the 90s, or well, 90s, in 2001. Right there, this was Flash's part of that. We've got, back when they were doing these plus issues, we have Flash plus Nightwing. We'll team up story, one shot. Get with the return of Barry Allen from his death in Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is where he returns, following up. Jeff Johns did such a great job in straightening out Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. He did the same thing with Barry Allen here. This is probably where that meme comes from, where Reverse Flash says, "It was me, Barry. It was me the whole time," that kind of thing. That was issue 1 through 6. This is where, prior to this, it had always been just that Barry Allen just had regular parents who were perfectly happy and still alive. And this is where the idea that Barry's mother was killed and that his father was jailed for her murder and all that dreadful stuff came from. So there you go, the Flash Rebirth, which is not to be confused with later when all of DC went through Rebirth and all of the characters got a one-shot called character name Rebirth. So that's what this is, just a one-shot, unrelated to the previous series. Like some mini-series. There's the Flash Secret Files and Origins. Issue 1. Right there. Just lots of little stories. Anthology book with background. Flash Secret Files and Origins number 3. Right there. And one more. 2010, kind of around the time when Barry had returned. Here. This Flash special, which I believe is the first appearance of the John Fox Flash that would show up in Wally's book eventually. There. Got Flash versus Speed Buggy, or meets Speed Buggy, one of the Hanna-Barbera crossovers. As mentioned in the last video, so when Wally's series ended, we had a grown-up version of Bart Allen take over as the Flash. This book is written by Danny Bilson and Paul DeMeo, who wrote the 90s Flash show on CBS. This did not go well. Issue 1 right here. Issue 8 by Acuna. There. Issue 9, Ethan Van Sciver cover. We've already lost our writers, although we gained Mark Guggenheim, who would write for the CW Flash series. So we went from one TV writer, Flash TV writer, to another. If not, issue 9 and issue 13 with a Tony Daniel cover. We have Bart giving that up. So then we have like that all Flash special you would have seen in video. Looks like for box 5. And then it would pick back up with the Flash main series. Anyway, we have the Flash TV special. Two stories in the continuity of the TV show. Right there. Complete first season episode guide, which is handy probably because they were shown out of order and preempted, and that poor show got its butt kicked. So then, okay, I cheated a little. I wanted to get all the Flash, the regular, DC Flash stuff together. So we should have seen, alphabetically speaking, we should have seen Flash Gordon by now, but I kind of wanted to wait and have put all the Flash Gordon stuff after the other Flash stuff. So Flash Gordon, DC gets the rights, does a 12-issue series, Ming, all that good stuff. Issue 4, Hawkman. There. Issue 5. There. Issue 9. In battle with Ming, the Merciless. There. Oh, issue 9. I said 12 issue. 9 issues. That's it. That's right here. Okay. Then I have a couple of issues of where Marvel, I don't know if this was original work or if this was a reprint, but it's Al Williamson who was famous for doing Flash Gordon. It's issue 1, just a 2-issue thing there. So then we get to Flashpoint. Barry Allen goes back in time to save his mother from being killed, and accidentally completely messes up the timeline and creates this alternate universe where everything's very different. So then he has to go back, get his speed back, and then go back in time again and stop himself. And sort of as a last-minute decision, DC decided to use this as an opportunity to reboot their whole universe. Because the original plan was he would just literally put everything back, but then they decided to use the Flashpoint thing as a way to generate the New 52. So there was like a 2-page spread that's added to the last issue, which you can see, which is in here. It makes it all happen. I believe this is also of note because it's the first appearance of the Thomas Wayne Batman from that universe, who would somehow escape it and make his way to the regular universe and appear in some of Tom King's Batman stories. So that's Flashpoint 1 through 5. And then there for a couple of months, everything was these Flashpoint series, showing what was going on in the regular, what detailing the new universe. So that apparently in this universe, Hal Jordan never became Green Lantern, so Abin Sur is still Green Lantern. Issue 1 to issue 3. This universe, Aquaman and Wonder Woman are at war. Their respective peoples are at war. Let's see. Batman, Night of Vengeance. More of the Thomas Wayne Batman. On that fateful evening in that alley, his wife and his son is killed, and his wife goes nuts and becomes the Joker, and he becomes the Batman. Issue 1 through issue 3. There. Got this Flashpoint, the Canterbury Cricket, just a new character that was introduced in this series, this world. I guess he must have died, or something bad must have happened to him in the regular world. Citizen Cold, he's a good guy, if I remember correctly, in this world. Issue 1. So he fights the rogues in this world. Issue 3. Dead Man and the Flying Graysons. Looks like I don't think the Graysons didn't die, or whatever. I think something like that. They didn't die, so therefore there was no, Dick Grayson didn't need to become Robin or anything. But they are in the same circus as Dead Man, who also didn't die, or something like that. Issue 1. Oops. And through issue 3, right there. Let's see, Flashpoint Deathstroke and the Curse of the Ravager, kind of a pirate theme. Issue 1 through issue 3. Emperor Aquaman, some background on how the war came to be between the Atlanteans and the Amazons. Issue 1, issue 3. Frankenstein and the Creatures of the Unknown, including the first appearance of Mazursky, who we saw in the Creature Commandos animated series. So that's a special issue 1 through issue 3. Frankenstein and the Creatures of the Unknown. So just a slightly different name. Green Arrow Industries. Oliver Queen builds weapons for the war, if I'm remembering correctly. Grodd of War. I don't know what Grodd was doing up in all this. Probably up to no good. Hal Jordan, just a dude, man. He's still just a pilot. Highball. Have an adventure. Issue 1 through issue 3 on that. Kid Flash lost. So Bart Allen is kind of lost in the time stream. Bart has this quality that he is immune to changes in the timeline because he's not from any timeline anymore, as it were. So he knows that things are different, and he is kind of lost. And we know he doesn't find his way to the New 52 because the New 52 Kid Flash isn't Bart. So it's kind of a not a cool situation, but he finds his way back eventually. Let's see. Flashpoint, Legion of Doom. There. Cyborg is the big hero, like the Superman of the world, the most well-known hero. Lois Lane and joining the resistance to something. Demon. Canterbury Cricket. Continues over into issue 3. There's some Wildstorm stuff mixed up in there. There. The Outsider. I forget the deal with that one. But he's almost like a new character. But issue 1 of the Outsider through issue 3, Martian Manhunter. Project Superman. So the rocket does not land in Kansas or whatever like it's supposed to, and Superman gets captured and put in a bunker and kind of experimented on. Basically kept out of the sun. Issue 3, Gene Ha doing art on this. You don't usually see him much these days. One shot for Reverse Flash. Seeing what he's up to in this mess that he's made. There. Secret 7. Kind of a gathering of some of the magic. Got the Shade the Changing Man, Enchantress, Black Alice, Zatanna, Raven. So that's Raven by George Perez, by the way. Keep that in mind. Wonder Woman, so we're seeing the war from her point of view. Got some of her allies there through issue 3. Still fighting it out with Aquaman. And Flashpoint, World of Flashpoint. Yes, the word Flashpoint is in the title twice, even though you can't see it there. And I believe that's, is that Black Alice or is that Tracy 13? I forget. I get them mixed up. But she's kind of bringing everybody together there outside of the main storyline. So, all right, we are able to move on from Flash, and we are going into The Fly. So this is another of those Red Circle books. This is from the 80s, a resurgence of the characters that were from the 60s. done by Archie. And these were some alternate versions of those characters. Got some cover art by Steranko on this one. I need to get issue 1. Don't have that one yet. But I got 2 through 5 with Steve Ditko art on the cover and inside there. And then we have issue 9. I need to get the ones in between. Dick Ayers. Just they're bringing in all the kind of the classic dudes to work on these. And then the next time we see the Fly, we have when DC licensed them and used them in their Impact Comics line of comics. So it's a separate universe. And the Fly is a kid who gets this amulet that can turn him into an adult superhero. Mike Parabeck, rest in peace, doing the art. This one was pretty good. Issue 1 through issue 8. The Comet turning up. Lots of crossovers. Issue 9. A speedster called Fireball. That's how he goes. He just kind of shoots himself. I always thought that was really weird how he kind of does that. Shield, Comet, issue 9 through issue 17 is the final issue on that. There we go. Not a lot of dollar value to those, so they're a lot to a pack. They have an annual EarthQuest storyline that was running through all of the books in the Impact line that year. Next we have Foolkiller. Not the first Foolkiller, but one of a few. Has a weapon that will just utterly disintegrate somebody and just feels like they have to go out. Anybody they consider a fool, they gotta blast them. So issue 1 through issue 5. He gets rid of the silly costume. There. Well, or takes on a different silly costume, one might argue. Issue 6. There. Through issue 10. Things do not end well for the Foolkiller. There. And then we got Force Works. So Force Works was kind of a post-Avengers, just not disassembled. Oh shoot, when was this? What was going on in Avengers? I guess Avengers was still going on, but Iron Man left and started up his own team with U.S. Agent, Spider-Woman, and some other people that we'll see. This is the first issue, and it's apparently got some kind of fold-out thing, but I don't know if something is not cut right on mine. It just doesn't seem natural to undo whatever it is, and I don't want to mess it up. So mine is, I don't know what it looks like to unravel it, but I'm not undoing it. So that's issue 1. The team has got to fight Ember, protector of Slorinia, at some point. There. Did I mention Spider-Woman? Yeah, I guess I did. Tom Tenney, I think is the guy's name, doing the some of this art. He had a very imagey kind of like Image meets Jack Kirby kind of way about him. Didn't hate it. Issue 5. Issue 8. Issue 8, we're at Dave Hoover, which is completely different. Century is in there. Scarlet Witch. There. New character Dream Guard. Oh, Jim Calafiore would go on to do Aquaman. But Dream Guard. Terror from Down Under. Issue 9. I'm just saying random words. Issue 16. Right there. Putting this guy called Moonraker, which is kind of a weird name. You don't know what a Moonraker is, but that's still a cool name. I like his suit too. I like anybody whose shirt points downward like that. I don't know why, but that's that one. And then Cybermancer. And going up against Hawkeye and his suit that looks totally different than his other suits. There. And the series ends with a Wildman cover on issue 22 with Wonder Man. So, there you go. And that is that box. Okay, so that was box 66. Next, we'll go to box 67. We'll get into Forever Evil. Looking at my note, we're going to do some free stuff, some friendly stuff, some further adventures, and end up with some Fury. So I hope you'll be here. It's going to be a good time. Thanks so much for being here for this one. Have a great day.